Hey you guys!
Hello.
Welcome back to the Mom's View. We are excited to be talking about Valentine's Day. That's why we're all decked out.
I know. I like the bright palette that's going on.
Yes.
This is very, very bright, obnoxiously.
You have to do that for Valentine's Day.
Yeah. All the pink and red is allowed.
Yes. So we wanted to talk to mostly Carlie. I want to talk about your first Valentine's Day.
I feel bad. I haven't even thought about it.
Well, you should
we're
be a little bit
doing
early
most of the
still,
thinking.
but now we're getting you thinking about it. So, have you had a Valentine's Day with him?
No. Our first date was the week after, February 21st. So that's kind of a fun time. We said that it'd be fun to go redo our first date.
Yeah.
Because he dropped me off at 10:30 like a gentleman should. The first night of our date, and it left me hanging. Does he like me? He didn't even try to. I remember how he was driving around and we were talking, and it was one of those things where I was staying at a hotel, so it's not like I could be do you want to come and hang out in my room? Because that sounds forward.
Yeah.
But then I don't think he wanted to invite me back to his apartment because that sounds forward.
Right.
And so it was just we were driving around Salt Lake, and then he was like, well, I guess I should take you home, and I'm not gonna be well, we can go do this. So I was just yeah, that's a good idea. And then it was just awkward the whole way home, and it was
You're I really don't want to go
awkward
home,
hug, and then I was I don't think I'm gonna go on a date with him again. That was just Now look, here we are married.
I knew it.
I haven't had a Valentine's in so long that I'm what do you do on Valentine's? Because I've always been this Valentine's should be about love and who you love, and not always about the girls. Because I think girls should do some stuff for their guys. So the last couple of years I've practiced buying for my friends and family, and so this year I don't know. Sorry, Jax. But speaking of, I got you guys a little Valentine's.
You little Carlie.
This one and this one's for you.
Thank you.
Then I can justify my shopping habits at Target, the dollar aisle. It's nothing super fun. But Valentine's is
super fun.
if you don't have a Valentine, don't feel bad. Practice sharing love with somebody else. It'll make you
You're
feel
so
good.
Yes,
sweet.
I
I didn't
agree.
get you anything.
That's okay.
is
You
this?
can next Valentine's.
Here's a lollipop.
This is the best
Is this a dog with a cone on its head?
I saw these at the grocery store this morning. I was I have to buy those for somebody. They're just cool.
What are
So
they?
what it is, it's a pig. They're pigs, a little pig, and it's a selfie thing. You put it on your phone and hold your phone.
Oh my
So you
gosh.
can put your phone on and
my gosh,
watch
that's so
something
funny.
or take a picture,
That
but it
is so
basically just holds your phone up. So if
Such
you
a
want to
good
watch
idea.
my YouTube video. We were looking up breastfeeding before, and there was just a breast on my phone, I'll be honest. I promise. But Kayli's face. But isn't that cute? It's just a little
so
pig.
cute.
That is
So I'm
cute.
who are the two people in my life that would appreciate a little pig selfie? My
You're the
sister.
best. Thank you.
Wink, wink.
They're
Feeling
fun.
so loved.
All the love.
What's this?
So Jackson, I don't know. Maybe I'll just wrap up some underwear or something. Here you go. These are for you. Or for
Just
me.
wrap some.
He's about food. If I take him to a good dinner, he'll feel all the
Yeah.
love. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That will be so.
I don't know. Would you guys have any ideas for me? I don't know what to do.
You know what I love to do is cook a big dinner.
Oh, yeah, make
cook
something
all of his
special.
favorite things or something. That's what we usually do
Yeah.
because Valentine's Day is so hectic and busy.
Oh, that's a
So
good
just
idea.
do something romantic.
Yeah,
and,
maybe
candles.
a picnic or something. He loves fried chicken, but I've never made fried
Just
chicken.
buy that.
yeah,
I know, but
that's
I
so
made
hard
that
to
today.
make.
KFC.
It's hard
I
to
made
make.
you some chicken.
Just buy that.
Don't make that.
Just in lingerie
probably-
with fried chicken and gravy, and hey, baby, welcome home. I'm who did I marry?
You would be yes.
Yes.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Sorry for that image, you guys. Don't picture me with fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
Oh, that's so funny.
Enough about me. How about you guys? What are you doing? Valentine's.
Well, we actually haven't made a plan yet, but I like to do the whole date thing with Shay. But
I'll babysit.
the last few years, I've made a dinner for the kids, and I deck it all out in pink and red, and
That's
and get a
cute.
little dessert tray. And I've done that for a few years, and they have come to love it. So I'm I think I have to do that again.
Right.
Even if
good
it's not
for,
on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
yeah, it's good
Or,
for younger
change
kids
it
to
up.
celebrate it like that. Because
Yeah.
I don't know. Cooper was talking to me about a Valentine, and I was I don't know if I'm ready for this.
Oh,
because
girl.
at their school.
Oh, I know.
Yep, they
It's
all
how
have
do you
Valentine's
handle
Day.
young Valentines? Because I don't want to discourage it. I don't want to be because it's kind of cute and innocent, and that's great. But then a part of me is too early,
Yeah.
too soon.
Yes.
Too
I
soon.
know. It's hard. My kids both have Valentine's too. Because I think it's a trendy thing. I
It
don't
is.
remember
I don't
wanting
know
a Valentine.
No.
But Gage just got his little Valentine, a little bear with a heart.
That's cute.
So I just
That's
keep it really simple.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's just innocent and
Yeah.
as long as it stays that way. But it is hard.
Cooper's Mom, I need to go to Tiffany's. I'm well, we need to talk, son.
We need to talk.
That's
gosh.
funny.
Yeah, my kids are the same way right now. I'm
Is
oh.
Gavin?
Not Gavin, the younger ones, the girls.
Yeah.
Avia has already, she worked like she did like 3 chores, saved up enough money to get a dress for Valentine's Day.
Oh,
And she's already done it and like ordered it online, and she's so excited to wear it.
It's my kind of
Like,
girl.
I don't know why she's so excited about
prepared.
it.
That's
But
fun.
it is really cute.
I got cute bowls at Target. I want to do I want to wake up early and make Jackson and Cooper pancakes or something, or crepes, like heart-shaped crepes. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, cute.
Something fun. And then I saw these cute, I wanted to do a video, but they were like these love things, and you start on the first day of February and have a string for Jackson and Cooper, and then every day put a heart on there of something you love about
that's
them.
a good idea.
So then by the 14 days, it's like these, feel me good things. Like, love your smile, I love your butt, I love your heart, whatever.
Something really simple that you can do. I made a little craft, and you just get a picture frame and put some cute paper, like Valentine's Day paper behind it, and then on the frame write "I love you because."
Oh, cute.
And then you can use a dry erase marker to change the different reasons why you
That's
love.
a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Why you love each kid.
When
or
you go to
the
Kayli's house
family.
and have her help
Yeah,
us.
let's do that.
That's a good idea.
Craft
Craft night at Kayli's.
Yes. So we do the same thing with Valentine's. It's always like Casey, me, and the kids.
I love that.
So that brings me to a topic that I wanted to talk about, and that is date night. This is like a big goal of mine in 2016 is to start having date night because Casey and I have been on one date since I had Winston.
I will freaking watch your children. I love them.
On a date.
Yeah.
Drop them off at my house. I will watch them.
And I think, the biggest reason, there's a lot of reasons, but the biggest reason is because we like to take our kids everywhere.
Yeah.
Like if we're going to go to dinner, we want to take our kids. But I just feel like it's so important in a relationship to have a date night.
Yeah.
No matter if you've been married for, 4 months or if you've been married for 12 or 13 years.
Yeah.
Date night is very important.
It is.
I agree.
So
he probably feels bad too because he's been gone so much hunting that he feels bad when he comes back.
when you're away from your kids, I think that you just want to be like with your family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to like leave them again. So you're right. I read this study and it tells like some different tips and things, but it says 72% of new mothers and expecting mothers said that date night was important, but only a third were actually having them.
Aww.
Yeah, it is really important, but it is hard to do. It's hard to make happen, and you feel guilty sometimes, and you feel like I should be doing something else. Like we're taking this time, we're spending this money that we should be spending on this.
Yeah.
But it really is important, and it doesn't have to be hard either.
Right.
I think
It doesn't
that's
have
the
to be
biggest thing is
expensive.
like people hear date night and they think of like instantly like the money and the budget, but I told Jackson this, I'm like, it's not that I necessarily want you to go out and spend a lot of money. For me, it's just about the preparation. Like if you wrote me a hand note
Pure
and
thought.
put it on my car, like the thought of you preparing ahead of time and thinking ahead of time that would mean something to me, that would go a million miles for
Right.
me. Or like
That's
leaving
true.
a candy bar on like my nightstand, like something I love, like just something that makes me know that you're thinking about me and that you like prepared a little bit is just goes a million miles. But that's also like my love language, you know?
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to require like a lot of money. It could be something like you eat cereal on the floor at your house and watch cartoons together. It's just like spending time that's just you two being you two, not talking about the bills or the kids or the
Yes.
house or the mortgage. It's just like what brought you guys together in the first place, and then after you've grown together for 20 years, what's keeping you together? Like keeping that foundation solid, I think goes a long way.
Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of these reasons go into this next part of the study that I read, and it's like couples are worn out because both parents are working now. So that's less time with their families, so they're feeling guilty because they want to include their kids, so they're not just going one-on-one. And then stresses from work, all of those things can go into it. So some things that it said that will help is to schedule it.
Yes.
And I think that also gives you like something to look forward to, like throughout the whole week, no matter what's going on, you're like, I know that we have date night on Thursday.
Yeah.
So it also makes it like exciting between you two. Like
Yeah.
we're going on date night. Like you can do like cute little things to like get excited. This is a huge one, and it says turn off your cell phone.
Yes.
Don't go to
As mine
dinner.
is sitting on my lap vibrating right now, I'm like,
Just turn them off. Only focus on each other. The only person that you need to talk to is each other.
Yeah.
The whole time. It doesn't matter. I mean, I guess it's good just if you have kids.
yeah.
It's like
Jackson and
keep
I
it
have
up.
a rule. As soon as we get into a bedroom, like at nighttime, and like after we get through our like brushing the face or teeth, face, hair,
Brushing the
it's been a
face,
long day,
washing
you
the
know.
teeth.
At that point, you might be brushing your face, but that's like our time. Our phones go on our chargers, and we don't look at them. Like in case somebody calls, then that's one thing, and like we're like, who is it? But as soon as we're in bed, like we're not on Twitter, we're not scrolling through. It's like that's our us time to talk, catch up on the day, and I really like that because there will be so many times. And we've only been married a couple months, but I've already seen how this happens. Like, we'll be communicating and multitasking, like doing whatever on our phones. And then it's like something happens. It's like, I told you that. And it's like, you know, you heard it, but you could have maybe been halfway listening a little bit. And so I think that
you just need that focus.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's hard to put your phone down all the time. So if you are planning a date night, make sure to just turn your phones off.
Yeah.
And so this also says do not vent. And you said that. Don't talk about your bills. Don't talk about the kids. Don't talk about, don't complain about just everyday things that could cause a fight. Because there's nothing worse than planning a date and then ending up arguing about something so silly.
Plus it sets the mood. Like if you're venting, it just kind of makes that cloud kind of, you know.
Yeah.
You don't want that on date night. You want the sexy cloud to be around.
The sexy cloud.
You want the love sexy cloud.
Another thing is to spruce yourself up. Make date night really important. Like a special day. And you don't always have to do this, but it's just going to add a little more spice. It's going to make things a little more romantic. Yeah. And I think that the guy needs to do that too, not just the girls. It's just so fun to get dressed up and to go somewhere. Another thing is, and I don't really love how this is worded, but it says sneak around on your spouse with your spouse. And I think that can kind of be fun, especially if you've been married for a while, or just even like showing up to like a restaurant separate instead of driving together, like meeting each other there.
Yeah, that's a good
And then like
idea.
being dressed up and like, you know, it's just going to add a little more like.
Jackson just got a new office. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say about that. So,
well then.
I really, really love to spruce yourself up because I've noticed you get so comfortable with your husband or wife that it's like, they see you at your absolute worst. Like, and if I'm at my house, if you know me, I'm in sweatpants and I'm comfortable and my hair is pulled up. But you have to remember what initially attracted you to that person, which they should love you for who you are. And I'm not trying to say that like you should always look awesome, but I think that the effort, again, it goes back to like that you thought about wanting to look good and like putting on perfume and taking a shower, washing your hair, Carlie. You know, like that goes a long way, and it shows that you want to be your best for your spouse always. Like that's like the goal. And so I think that one's a good one. Something that I do to like help Jackson, not that he's very good at grooming himself, better than I am sometimes. I'm like, he's the pretty and the smart one. What do I have to offer? But I like to buy him cologne because then it's like a gift for me and for him. That's been a fun thing. I'll buy him random little bottles of cologne. Like, here you go, stinky kid. He's not stinky, but I love that because I'm like a big smell person. Yeah. So he can always count on me to buy him some cologne.
Yeah, right. I also asked on Facebook, I said, hey, all you married ladies, how often do you do date night? And a lot of them answered the same as me. Like, maybe for holidays, maybe for like an anniversary. But a lot of people are not having date night. Yeah. So I think that it is something you need to invest in. Schedule it. Don't let money hold you back. Like an hour or two at a park can really like recharge your relationship. And
even just like once the kids go to bed, turn your phones off.
When the kids go to sleep.
Just spend some time then. Like, and you can still like spruce yourself up. Like even if it's just at your house, just spending that time together. Yeah. It's really fun. I think too, I think that some of the times what can defer people is it is not only hard to schedule it, but sometimes you feel like, well, they haven't tried to do it. They don't want to try, so I'm not going to try. Right. Like putting that effort forward to be like, can we do this? Like, will you do this with me? Or like inviting them or asking them on a date. Like sometimes you feel maybe prideful or maybe hurt in ways and you don't want to make that effort to make date night. Yeah. But I feel like if you put forth the effort and try to put away your insecurities or your pridefulness and put that forward first, like I feel like that can go a really long way.
Yeah, that is a very good point because I think
it can be hard to like just say, hey, we should do date night. Yeah. Because if you get shot down even just a little bit, it's then like, you like retract. Never mind. I don't want to do it. It's too hard. You know, but I feel like if you keep putting forth that effort, because that's a lot of times, you know, couples will just like fall apart because they're not doing that. And over a long period of time, that's what can cause your relationship to falter.
Well, and what's more important, your relationship or your pride? Like at one point you have to check one or the other at the door. And I feel like even if you have asked 9 times and they've rejected, like either leave your pride at the door or your relationship, and you have to choose which one you want to take with you. And even if you're the one always asking, I also think that goes back to love languages. Like, I love doing surprises and like planning things for Jackson. He hates surprises, so he never does them for me. So then I feel like, well, he just doesn't like to do anything special. But I realize like I can't speak my love language to him and expect him to feel loved. I have to speak his love language to him, even though it might not excite me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and be aware of that too.
Your love language.
His idea of a date is like, hey, what do you want to do? You want to go to dinner? Like, and I take that as, well, he didn't plan it. He's not thinking of me. But guys are just so worried of pissing us off. And they're like, okay, I've got to ask her where she wants to go to dinner because I don't want to suggest something she doesn't like, and I've got to make sure she's okay with these plans so I don't screw anything up. But to me, it's like, he didn't plan anything. But really, it goes back to intentions. You have to trust their intentions. And poor Jackson's just like so stressed out. I'm like, babe,
Must
I
make
just
it
want to be
so
with
good.
you. You're doing a good job.
I think also acknowledging it, and I have been guilty of this, like Casey planning something or doing something, and I've just been like, and not meaning to, because I really get excited about things, but just like not realizing like he really put a lot of thought into that. Like, acknowledge those things and make sure you say it. Like, you might be like, oh, this is so fun, but make sure to be like, thank you so much for doing that.
Right. And it doesn't matter how long you've been married. It does not matter. You tell them you love them, that they look great, that they smell good. Like, those things matter. It's like, well, I hear it from you every day. It never gets old for me, to me anyways. And I think that if you, like, you know, you always practice that, it becomes a good habit, and it's good. It's good to build each other up like that.
And like Colette was saying, even if they don't do that, like Casey's not always the best to compliment me. And not because, like, I think he just thinks that I know that he thinks these things.
Right.
But if I compliment him, then I notice he starts to compliment me more. So don't not do it because they don't do it.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're always putting forth that effort.
Yeah.
I follow. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, sometimes it can be hard to, like, give
Yes.
without getting anything back. But I feel like if you can give without expecting anything back, then you start to see the little things that add up.
Yeah.
You know, coming from your spouse or your
And like
partner.
you said, you give without expectations. You do it because you love them. Like, do you want your relationship to grow, or do you want to, like, feel justified? Like, I won that. I won that at the end of the day.
Yeah. No one wins when you do that.
No one wins. Everyone wants to be happy. Something I was going to say, I follow these girls on Instagram. They're called Dating Divas. And they are just like girls who have written books and advice and date nights and inexpensive things to do. But they have the cutest ideas for Valentine's. If you guys are looking for some like inexpensive things to do, they say sexy tic-tac-toe. It's a real thing, peeps. And it's your day 5 of the Diva. So I guess they're doing a challenge right now. But they say, tonight you are taking date night to the bedroom and heating things up on a bit. So they give advice for married couples or not married, but they give like really cute ideas. Like they have a Starburst like love quest and just like fun little ideas for you to do. And they have some books and advice that they do on just keeping, you know, things alive in a relationship. So if you guys are looking for ideas, you guys can check them out on Instagram.
I'm going to check them out.
Yeah, they're super cute. I met her in the airport and we started talking and she's like, what do you do? And what do you do? And I was like, oh, so we exchanged names and I followed them since. And I'm grateful because I'm like, there's so many cute things I pulled from there. And
Nice.
Yeah, that's super fun. Another thing that I loved when you were getting married was like doing all of the bachelorette games. And like one idea was to do a date night jar.
Yes.
And I think even if, you know, we've been married for a long time, but to do a date night jar and just be like, once a week we're choosing from the date night jar. And we're going to do it no matter what.
And every time you think of something like, oh, that'd be nice to do, remember to write it down.
And stick
Put
it
it in
in
the date night jar.
Because then it could be like going out or it could be staying in and playing sexy tic-tac-toe.
I know, I'm like, who knew that could be thinking? These girls, these cutest girls, their names are Liv and Sid. They gave us envelopes for every month, and they put January, February, March, April, May, June, and then they sealed them, and it's kind of fun. Maybe we could do that for each other, and you give somebody, sometimes it's just thinking of like what the heck to do,
Right.
and somebody gives you an idea, and you're like, why didn't I think of that? But they gave us like a little envelope for every month, so that's been fun for us to open them up as the months go. I'm like, here's our date night, so
Yeah.
thanks for helping us out.
We get stuck in the movie and dinner because I love movies.
Yeah, but if you love that, you love it. You gotta
dinner. But it's fun to try other things and, you know,
Yeah.
go bowling or do something where you can actually like talk to each other.
Yeah.
Not just watch a movie.
Without the kids, like I feel like those
Yes.
activities you're always doing with the kids. So it's like, let's do something that we don't do, but it's totally different when it's just you two.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to go on a date to Disneyland.
I would
I know, just
too.
like the two of you.
fun.
We had Cooper, so we felt like, but there were some things he didn't want to do and some things that like kids don't appreciate. And so it's like to have your alone time. I'll babysit you guys go to Disney. Okay. Let us know.
Awesome.
One more thing I wanted to add. I've said a million things, but I also think learning something new about your partner constantly or seeking to, it just makes your time and energy invested in them without it feeling forced. You know, like if you're trying to learn something new about them and like today I noticed when Jackson's hands get dry, he does this with his fingers and it's the cutest thing in the world to me. He'll just be, I'm like, are your hands dry? I'll go get you some lotion. But then he's like picky with his lotion, so I've learned that about him. But it's just like those little things that like really make your relationship fun, you know?
Yeah.
It's like we can be in a room of crowded people and he'll be doing these little things. It's like, I know that's my husband.
Yeah.
You know?
That's really cute.
I love that.
And I also think like doing date night and keeping things like alive and refreshed makes you appreciate those things instead of to be annoyed by those things.
Right.
You know, you have to keep your relationship happy and exciting or you're just going to be annoyed with each other.
Yeah.
I can tell a big difference if Casey and I haven't spent any time together because then I'm just like about everything. And he's just like,
it takes time for you to reconnect. So it's hard just to jump back in.
Yep. So,
I feel you.
Yeah, date night's important. Do it. No matter what. If you've been married for a few months or years, make sure you're doing date night. And I'm going to try to do it for now for like 2 times a month.
You guys have heard me offer how many times that I babysit for them. Remind them that
it's really hard for us to leave our kids. And that is just like the bottom line. We like to take them everywhere. So, but...
Gosh, you guys are such terrible people.
I'll be dropping my kids off to you. I also think that it's good for your kids to see their parents going out on date night, and it's good for you to be away from your kids because then they're gonna miss you instead of just being like,
appreciate you.
I read something in the comments lately. People like, you guys are always kissing in front of Cooper. I'm like, heaven forbid we show him affect. Like, it's not like we're like, you know. I think that's a great thing for kids to see because it's like your parents are in love. Like that's why you're here. You know, like. I think it's an awesome thing. So
I agree. My parents would always gross us out, but my dad would always like pinch my mom's butt.
That's so cute to
or
me. I
like
think that's so
even,
cute.
and I was always like, but
they're like flirting.
Now I like think back and I'm like, that's cute because they had been married for a long time, but they were still doing cute like flirty things, and my mom would be like, Mark, and it was just so cute.
I love it. I think it's darling.
So I agree.
I'm a fan of PDA though, so. Sorry, guys. I'm all for the PDA.
You need a shirt that says, I'm all for the PDA.
The mom's view.
Well, that's all the time we have today, you guys. I hope that you guys try this. Do a date night with your loved one. Or if you are a kid watching, tell your parents to go on a date night. And have a happy Valentine's Day. We love you guys. Subscribe.
Bye.
Tell us in the comments below what your favorite date night is, too.
Okay? Yeah, that's a good idea.
Give us ideas. We might need them.
Yeah. All right, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.